This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Today's video is brought to you by Private Internet Access. That is me tooting my own horn. I got a lot of flack yesterday, or a little bit of flack, with the video concerning Donald Trump's impending indictment. And in the title, I think the title said, very well could be today, meaning yesterday. And a lot of people said I was just clickbaity and I was reaching. It was conjecture, one commenter said. And then lo and behold, it was not merely conjecture. It was an educated guess based upon my understanding and relationship to politics over the course of decades and my understanding of the system. It happened. And here we are. Donald Trump indicted by a federal grand jury on what we now believe, because the indictment's still under seal, 7 counts. The Espionage Act. Well, here's the New York Times headline. Trump indicted. Trump is charged in classified documents inquiry. The 7 counts against the former president include conspiracy to obstruct, willful retention of documents, and false statements. According to people familiar with the indictment, he said he would surrender to the authorities on Tuesday. Conspiracy is a big deal. It carries with it at least 10 years, I think up to like 20 or so. It's a big deal. This is a big deal. This is an ex-president of the United States who's now facing federal prison time for his crimes. This isn't a political hit. This isn't Joe Biden indicting Donald Trump. This is a jury of his peers. Citizens of this country coming together, hearing evidence, and deciding on the merits of that evidence, whether it's more likely than not that this took place. Then it'll go to a jury, a regular seated 12-person jury, where they will, again, have a trial. And there will be a different burden of proof. Donald Trump, of course, gave a statement. So I'm going to do a statement for those of you who love the statements. It is a doozy. His website right now just cuts straight to the WinRed fundraising. It's a redirect. On with it is a statement. Before I get to that, though, very briefly, a word from today's sponsor, Private Internet Access. I often receive threats, both physical and digital. People ask me how I protect myself, and as a former Marine, I like to think that I have the physical covered, but as for digital, I use a VPN. Private Internet Access is an industry-leading virtual private network with over 30 million downloads. Private Internet Access encrypts your internet connection, shielding your passwords, personal information, and private messages, while also blocking ads, trackers, and malicious websites. Head to piavpn.com/Dollemore now to get 83% off of Private Internet Access, plus 4 extra months for free. With no logs policy that has been proven in court multiple times, Private Internet Access won't store any of your data. Their security and anonymity are available to you on all platforms: Windows, Mac, Android, and more. Also, you can use up to 10 devices on a single subscription, and with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you can try PIA risk-free. Get top-notch defense for just over $2 per month. piavpn.com/Dollemore for 83% off, plus 4 extra months free. So much protection for so little money. So it's going to be a good day. There's a lot going on. There's the now transcripts that I'm going to talk about in a subsequent video of the call that I reported on that CNN uncovered, or not the call, the audio recording of Donald Trump shuffling papers and talking about having classified information. And now we have the transcript of it. It is bananas. It is a nail in the coffin of this case. I'm going to play some serious, just sniveling and crying and ranting and raving by Republicans who are just losing their collective minds. Before, though, let's read this statement from Donald Trump posted to donaldjtrump.com, which now redirects to a fundraising site because now he's desperate to turn this into money. Here we go. Are you ready?
By Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States of America.
When is that going to get old? For me, when is that going to get old? This is what he said. We are watching our republic die before our very eyes. The Biden-appointed special counsel has indicted me in yet another witch hunt regarding documents that I had the right to declassify as President of the United States. This witch hunt began when the FBI raided my home and then staged it to look like a made-for-TV crime scene with police sirens and flashing red and blue lights. This is nothing but a disgusting act of election interference by the ruling party to eliminate its opposition and amass total control over our country. There's more to it. But when you scroll down, then you see the buttons to click to donate money to Donald Trump. The Donald J. Trump donates or redirects directly to Win Red. Now look, as I said, Republicans all across the spectrum. I've only seen one Republican of any note who is holding Donald Trump's feet to the fire, kind of, and it's Asa Hutchinson, who's also running for president, who's calling for Donald Trump to drop out of the race because he's a distraction. We'll see what Chris Christie has to say. He has been more pointed in an effort to separate himself from the rest of the potential nominees for the Republican candidacy. But there's some doozies here. Grant Stenchfield he got ousted by Newsmax, and now he's an anchor or some personality on Real America's Voice. Not fake America's, Real America's Voice. And wow, it is amazing how far the mighty Republican Party has fallen, that now they've gone from defending Donald Trump to saying, you know what, this is okay because he can be president from jail. Watch this.
It won't matter. There's nothing in the Constitution that says he can't be president from inside prison. And then once he gets there, well, he can pardon himself.
Let me tell you, Grant and the rest of the Republican goofballs, if your big gusto moment is that Donald Trump can be president from jail and that he can pardon himself for the crimes he has committed, you're already losing, brother. This is not the linchpin argument you think it is. It's not the juggernaut that you think it is. And here is legal scholar Mark Levin on Hannity's show last night, literally ranting and raving. And listen, being someone who rants and raves on a regular basis, I can spot a fellow ranter and raver, and I've never been at this particular level of cope as Mark Levin. Watch this.
They're throwing all these process crimes and all these crimes that grow out of the criminal investigation against Trump. What did he do with the documents? Did he sell them to the enemy? No. That's why we have an Espionage Act, not to trick up a president. What did he do? Did he burn them all? No. The government has all the documents back. So there is no violation of the Presidential Records Act at this point. But they throw the book at him. They go after his attorneys. They make them testify. They're attorneys under the crime fraud exception to attorney-client privilege. That means he didn't have due process. His own lawyers were being subjected to interrogations. And they had hundreds of in-person people testifying in front of grand juries. Thousands of collections of documents for what? For what? And they indict him today? They indict him today in Miami? All of a sudden it's in Miami? All of a sudden we have a Florida grand jury because the moron in Washington figured out that there are venue issues that could lose him his case.
And then it ends with, it culminates with this, where he's done. He just can't even handle it anymore. And he says a series of absolutely batshit crazy things. I mean, you should expect it. It's on Fox News, but watch this.
I'll tell you something. There are tens of millions of us. You have crossed the Rubicon twice, which has never been done. And we will never forgive you. Never, ever. And that's the bottom line. I'm done.
We will never forgive you. Never, ever. Never, says Mark Levin. We'll never forgive you. There are tens of millions of us. These people are cartoon characters, defending a fellow cartoon character, someone who has claimed for years to be the law and order president, that only he can fix our country. And then he took office and did the exact same thing that he bemoaned and cried and whined and sniveled about, and called for the prosecution and incarceration of his political opponent, Hillary Clinton. And now, shockingly, he committed the same crimes he accused her of and is facing real jail time. And the Republican Party, they're here for it. It's fine. He can serve from prison. He can sign his executive orders from his jail cell, y'all. If that's who you want as president to represent you Republicans, then you have at it. I think you're going to have a tough time convincing the majority of Americans to get on board with that type of a candidacy. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, as always, absolutely daily at Dollemore.com. Follow me on social media. I'm there all over the place at Dollemore. And listen, help me get to 500,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It's only with your help that I can do it, and that's the goal. If you want to support my work other than the free subscribing and clicking the bell and all that, click the join button below, become a channel member, click the super thanks button below, or even better, go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. It is a good day for justice, for consequence, for holding the powerful to account. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.